It's me, it's Brandon T, and welcome back to Painting with Magic. And today I want to do a very simple tropical painting. Something with nice warm skies, some nice big old palm trees, something that I know is going to get you ready to go and get you warm and excited to go to the beach. So I'll tell you what, we're going to have the colors go across the screen for you. The same orange I got them on my palette. And I got some white base medium on here. I'm using an old 16x20 canvas today. And let's get into this painting. I'm going to start off using a 2.5 inch brush. This is a 2.5 inch primer brush that you can see you can get at brandthomasart.com. It's a great old brush, and just get a little bit of cadmium yellow with it. Alright, let's get a little cadmium yellow. That's enough, just a little bit. Alright, let's go up here. And we'll do a little X stroke right here. There we go. Yeah. Just a little X stroke, back and forth. Just enough to get a little bit of warmth in the sky, not too much. Nice big long X strokes. And get a little bit more. I like a very sharp color, very dark and richness color. There we go. If you keep your colors very rich, you'll make more money on them, I guarantee it. But if you like your colors being on the pale side, go ahead and keep them that way. Alright, see we're kind of going around, kind of do a little bit of a circle in motion too, because I don't want it to be almost straight yellow, line of yellow. Okay, I'll put a little bit, while I got this old color on the brush, let's put a little bit in the water. We'll say the water is here. Just a little extra. Okay. And I'm probably going to have some land goes like this somewhere in there. Right over here will be some land. Okay, take a little bit of permanent red now. Oh, it's a strong color, just super strong color. And we don't need too much on the brush. Just a tiny little bit. Let's go up to the canvas now. I'm just going to use this great big old brush again. We just load it up and do kind of a little bit of a spin. Little spinny colors. You don't want to keep this, too straight. You want to kind of keep it nice and moving. Because if you have just a red, yellow, and blue sky, it's going to look very boring. So what you want to do is you want to keep it kind of angly, kind of pick an idea. See, that's why I do little spinnies and circles and things. A little bit more. There we go. See how it looks very more alive, and you do little circles like that, you're going to get some clouds already going on. Let's put a little bit of this in the water too. Alrighty. And we'll do another old brush. And let's grab a little bit of blue. Let's grab a little titanium white, because I want a very light blue today. A little bit of phthalo blue. Okay, and I'll tell you what, let's go back up here to canvas now. And we'll start in this corner. See how it's a nice light blue, almost like a cerulean blue. Ah, it's a beautiful blue. Grab a little bit more of that blue and kind of we'll put it right down here with it. Alrighty. I'm going to grab an old clean 1-inch brush. And I'm just going to blend these colors out. This is an old clean 1-inch brush. All the brushes you see me use today can be found in my Magic brush kit at brandthomasart.com. Great old kit to get. It's a great old kit. Get you started in oil painting and at a very low budget price. Alright, they're great and blended. Okay, I'll tell you what I want to kind of do here. I'm going to kind of put a very simple cloud in there. So I'll tell you what, let's scroll down to the canvas. I'll grab a little bit of this red. A little tiny touch of this blue. Don't want too much color today. Alright, let's go back up to the canvas. And I kind of want to get a nice big old cloud today. One big old cloud today. One kind of goes all the way down to the yellow, all the way up to the red, a little bit in the blue. Just a tiny little bit of everything. Oh, it's a great big old cloud. I'm going to add just a tiny little bit more blue to this. And let's go back up here. I want a little bit more blue in here, this area. Now when you go down to the yellow, you may need to pick up more red with that. Maybe a little yellow too. Man, let's go right down here. Oh, it's a beautiful cloud. And just let it go wherever it wants to. That's that easy. It's an easy, simple cloud. And we'll take the old brush that we was using, and we'll just blend it all up. Alright, there we go. There's our beautiful cloud. We need to mix up a color now to have a little bit of separation between our water and our horizon. It's very, very important to separate your horizon and your the horizon line. So we need to mix up a color here. I'm going to mix up a little bit of burnt umber, titanium white, and a little bit of sap green. Maybe a little bit more sap green. And a tiny little bit of phthalo blue. Oh, nice brownish kind of green, almost like an olive green color. That'll do it. That should do it right there. And I'm going to take an old 1-inch brush. I'm going to go tap right into some old color. Alright, let's go back here now. And I'm going to take the brush straight on like this right here. Just keep it straight on. And just kind of crunch in a basic little piece of land back here. A little bit of land going on. Oh, there we go. And then we'll take the brush and kind of lift up a little bit. And automatically, look at there. Got some land going on back there. And we'll just pull it down too, it don't matter. And go across. Okay. Next we need to add some water lines. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wipe off my old palette knife. This palette knife has 3 different blades on it, so I can, if I want to, I can use a small, medium, or large. But I'm going to use the large side of the knife today. A little bit of this medium, about 50-50. I take my titanium white and my white base medium, mix them about 50-50. Get that nice thin waterline mixture. And then all I'll do is I take it flat and I go across, just like that. Let's go back up here. And let's say right here, keep it straight as possible. Straight as you possibly can. And just put them right on in there. This is a very light painting today. I think you're going to enjoy painting this one today. I'll tell you what, I'll take a little bit of this red. Just take a little bit of this cadmium red. And, oh, yellow. And let's go up here. I want a little bit of this in the water. Just put a little bit of this at a time, man. Don't take your time with it. And maybe we'll take a little bit of this red too. All those beautiful colors. And we'll just wipe off the old palette knife again. A little bit more of the white. A little tiny touch of the blue. Paint how dark you want the blue. A little bit of roll paint. And let's go back up here. And we'll say somewhere right in here, a little bit of that blue going on. Oh, it's beautiful. Very tropical. This is a great old painting to start out with. Then I'll wipe off the old knife. Then we'll go back to the final highlight on those water lines. That'll be titanium white with a little bit of this white base medium. Just a little bitty roll. Just a tiny little bit. Let's go back here. And we're just going to kind of tap it, just to touch it, just a little bit. Right over top of some of those. Alrighty. I think it looks pretty good right there. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and start putting in the idea where I want my land to go. So what I'll do is I'll just take this whole color we had mixed up already. I'm going to add more brown to it. More blue. And some sap green. And a little bit of permanent red. Just going to mix them all together. Get a nice dark color. Maybe more brown. The more brown and blue you add to it, the more dark it's going to be. Because brown and blue will make a black almost. Okay, see, we got that nice rich dark color. And we'll take an old fan brush here and we'll load it up too. Okay, let's start drawing out the idea of where we want this land to go. I said earlier, I want this land to kind of go something like this. Like that right there. And we're going to fill this all in with some dark. This is a very simple painting, you can do it. I'm going to grab an old 2.5 inch brush. And let's load it up really good. And let's go back here. Now you're going to see this brush going to give you some nice looking textures on the top here. Makes a nice looking heel. Maybe a little bit more of the brown. And a little touch of blue. And let's go down here. Now anytime that you want to make a field of grass or a little meadow of grass, what you want to do is you start with the lightest color possible. So if you want to go really far in the distance, start off with pure yellow, then gradually get darker. But whenever you want to put another mid-tone in, we'll take a little darker color here. I'm going to show you what I mean. We'll take some darker color, some more blue, a little sap green in there. And your main thought would be to add it right after it, right? You would want to add it right next to it. But add it really below it, and then gradually bring it up. Because if you gradually bring it up, it's going to give you that nice actual mid-tone that you would need in between those two colors. Let's grab more color real quick. Okay, a little bit more blue, a little more sap green, burnt umber. Maybe a little bit more red. And let's go back up here. And let's put it right there in this corner. You can see this nice dark gradient of color. Really does a nice looking job. What I want to do here real quickly is I want to add a couple little birds back here. So I'm going to thin down some brown. A little touch of blue. Maybe a little bit more blue. Alrighty. And I'm going to go back up here now. And I say I want my bird to live right over here. There's a few little birds. There we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. Now we need to start to make an idea of where we want these palm trees to go. Now you can make 1, 2, or 3 palm trees. How many palm trees do you want? So what I'm going to do is put one big nice one in here, maybe 2. So what I'm going to do here is take an old filbert brush here, number 4 filbert, a little bit of blue and brown, a touch of sap green, maybe even touch a little permanent red. Alrighty. Let's go back up here. And let's see where we want it to go. Well, let's start right here. Kind of give it a little bit of a curve to it. Let's put one more in there. How about one more? Alright, we got 2 in there. And don't worry about where these land at, because we're not going to put the palm trees spaces in there just yet. So let's go back to our color. And start putting these palm trees in. Let's go back up here. And there's a palm lives right here. So just draw them out. Draw out your palm trees. There you go, there's your palm tree. And here's your other palm tree. Alright, that's how easy it is to paint a palm tree. Thank you for watching. Okay, now I'm just kidding with you. This is how you actually paint it. This is what we do to get you started with palm trees. I know I have, whenever I was teaching some littler kids in my art class I do for younger students, is whenever I was trying to teach them how to paint a palm tree, I see them all drawing these little stick figure palm trees. And it came to me real quickly how to do this and then make it into a palm tree. I think it's a very easy way to do it. So I learned things from my students, and it's a great thing to do. Is when you listen to your students, you're able to pick up some great things and great tips. So I'll tell you, let's go back up the old filbert brush. Let's go back up here. Now you can use a flat brush, you can use a liner brush. There's about any brush you can use to get these on here. But I'm going to use this filbert brush today to start showing you how to do these little spikes up here. See these little spikes you get? Oh, look at those little palm trees. It's that easy. You just have to follow your lines and just do it. Now the fan brush that I'm using today you can find on my website at brandonthomasart.com. And this is a great filbert brush to do it. With. It's a great old filbert brush, I mean. It's a great way. You can do this way, you could do this with like ferns, the little plants and things. So let's continue adding on these little palm tree, these little palms. So like I said, if you want to do like a little pot, like a little flower pot with some these little ferns coming out, the same way you do it with. Just do it the same way. So we're showing you different ways to do different things on here. There you go, there's a little fern right there. Or it can be a palm tree. Okay, there we go. Nice, beautiful little palm trees. Now, depending on what kind of palm tree you want to do, if you want to do something like in South Carolina, then you would want to put some little things coming up on it. One that's kind of like in Florida or more smoother. So it depends on what you want to do. So I want to add one more little palm in here. I might add a couple more. I tend to like my palm trees to kind of sag like this, kind of very relaxed looking. And when it kind of looks more relaxed, it makes the painting more relaxed. And it'll make your viewer more relaxed. And it'll make your viewer want to purchase a painting that's geared to relaxing. And that's what these, to me, that's what a seascape or a tropical painting should do. It should get you kind of relaxed in that very nice feeling. Alright, it looks really good. I really like that. So you always just scale it up. So when you kind of want to scale it down or whatever you want to do it, you want to start out with a smaller palm tree if you're just not starting out. And then you can start adding on to it. You can kind of pull it out if you want to make it a little bit bigger in some areas. Or smaller, however you want to do it. Okay, on this one here, let's go ahead and start putting him in. There he comes. Okay. Now I'll tell you what I want to do. To make these palms stand out a little bit on different edges, I'm just going to add a little bit of black to my palette. to mix into that color. So I'm just going to get a little bit of ivory black. That way we can start seeing some of these palms kind of come out a little bit more. See, that's better. See, now you start seeing the palm tree. That's this kind of palm. Then we got this palm tree. I think the liner brush is more easier to do. But maybe the flat brush is kind of easier to do it too with it. We can do one more palm right there. But you can do these palm trees. You can do them. And this here we'll kind of bring it in front of the trunk. So I'll just do that right there. And look at those palm trees. Beautiful palm trees. Okay, let's start working on to the grasses now. I'm going to take an old 1-inch brush and I'm going to start putting in some grasses going on. I'm going to take an old 1-inch brush, a little cadmium yellow, a little titanium white, a little this color here. I want a very nice darkish green color. And a little bit of medium. Alrighty, let's go back here now. And I just kind of want to stamp it on. That's how I like doing my grasses, is stamping it around. This is going to be a very light in here. It's kind of like a sunset coming through. And with the sunset, you're not going to see all the details and things. So I just kind of want to come through here and just kind of hit and miss all the last little grasses. And don't just go line, 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 because if we do a bunch of different lines like that, you're going to see like a 1-inch brush stamp. You don't want to do that. You want to kind of keep it all moving. So I kind of just moving around like this right here, so it's all one solid, different. Looks like grass. Okay. I'll take a little titanium white. It's going to melt down into something that looks like a minty green. And let's put some little bit on this grass over here. I'm even going to go into a little of this just directly under the titanium white here. Let's go back up here. Now you can probably see that better. What I'm wanting to have is like the sun's tingling on certain areas of this painting. Just certain spots, not all of it, but just certain areas. That's where it's getting hit. That looks good. And I wipe off the old palette knife. Wipe it off real good. And I'm going to take a little touch of black in this and try to get some color going on. Something a bit like this. Something a bit like that. And then get a little real pale on the other side of the knife. See that? Other side of the knife. Or we can use the medium side of the knife. We got 3 different blades on this whole palette knife. Let's go back up here. And I'm just going to touch this side of the palm tree. Palm. Trunk. So you kind of separate it from the grasses. But I kind of wanted to make this all one solid color, like it's a shadow. And the main goal is that beautiful, beautiful sky. Beautiful sky. Now I'm going to take more of this more white, more titanium white. Hopefully it's what should show up more like. It's more wider and brighter. And let's go over here. Hopefully it'll show up more brighter. Yeah, I think it is. I'm just going to hit it in some spots. Not all of it. No, because we need to make it look like the sun's there. Sun's really there. Sun's really here. I may even go even a step lighter on those trunks. Some more titanium white. Just a tiny little bit on the upper side of that knife. A little bit, just a tiny bit. Let's go back up here again. And I just want to say, oh, there's a little tiny bit hitting there. Get just a stick. Just a itty little bit of it. Oh, yeah, just a tiny bit. There we go. Look at that. That's a beautiful little painting. And I just want to add a little bit more color at the bottom of these. Kind of set those into it. A little bit more. And then we'll put some kind of tall grasses in here. We'll put some grass or something growing on. Thin down this blackish dark color. And it'll just kind of add some depth in here and more things going on. So we'll just continue to add a little bit tall grasses going along here. And this liner brush does a fantastic job of doing them. Let's add a couple in here. Don't have to add too many. I'm doing this right here to show you basically a simple way to add more depth into your paintings. Especially when you start adding these little flowers, if you start adding little wildflowers growing and things. Don't worry about the bottoms right now. We'll fix those little bottoms. We'll just come back and tap it up with a 1-inch brush. Right, that looks pretty good for right now. Right now, I think it looks pretty good. So we're just kind of taking this tap underneath them, and I'll set them right down into the painting. Right down in there. It's not that hard to do at all. There we go. And maybe I'll tell you what. Let's add a couple little wildflowers to show you how you would approach that. Since we mentioned it, I'm gonna clean the old fan brush off, and we're gonna thin down some of this greenish color. Little mineral spirits. And I want to thin down an old fan brush, set the old palette down. And here's a little bit of a, see those? Little wildflowers. Bunch of little wildflowers. And it looks like bunch of little flowers. You can do different colors like red, yellow, and white. Looks really good together. Alrighty. I think with this here we got a finished little picture. I'm going to go ahead and sign this painting. And I'm going to sign it with some black. We'll just sign it with some of this black color. We want to thin it down really good. With a whole liner brush. Alrighty, let's go back here and sign this thing. So I'm going to sign it back right here. What I always recommend is use something that's in the painting. A lot of art galleries, some of them won't accept your painting if the signature doesn't match the painting. They really are very strict, some of them are with this. So if you're doing a painting, like we always do here, it's always ready for the art gallery. We need to make sure we got the signature, the same one of the colors in your painting. Alrighty. But make sure, check us out again here next week on Painting with Magic. And send me your paintings that you do of this. We'll put them right on the website on BrandonThomasArt.com. Send us your paintings, put them on there that you do. And this one here is ready for the art gallery, and so is yours. Make sure you check me out on social media. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We have new videos on there as well. And you can check out my art supply stores, and you can get all the brushes that I use here today right on BrandonThomasArt.com. So, this one's ready for an art gallery. So is yours, and I'll see you real soon.